It's being compassionate is being able to be with somebody and both have the space to be where we both are and have communication. And then, like you said, being able to help somebody when you're maintaining within yourself your own energy, then it's more sustainable rather than sinking down into.
Yeah.
And I know when somebody's helping me, like let's say I'm having a grumpy day, let's say I'm having a stress day or something like
Yeah.
that. If somebody comes to just say a couple of words to me and they're in more of a joyful space, I can match them. Then I go, oh, that's better. You know?
Especially when they're in joy, but they're not resisting your sad or your
Yeah,
mad or whatever.
exactly.
They're giving you space to have that, but
Right.
they're not joining you there. They're like, yeah,
Right,
have
exactly.
to
Then,
become that
yeah.
to support you, but they also don't need to resist that.
Right, exactly. It's like if one person's complaining and then the other person starts complaining and then they're just both complaining and then where do you go from there?
It
But
just, yeah, it just spirals down into
because then
a
there's
pit
not
of
much you can
despair.
do. There's no solutions coming up. But if one person's complaining and the other person just comes at it from a different space of energy, a different vibrational frequency, like of joy or compassion or just neutrality. I mean, it doesn't even have to be joy. And something new is going to come out of that interaction rather than just two people. Oh, yeah. Oh, uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh.
Yeah.
Like that, you know? Yeah.
Yeah. It
You
can
know,
be difficult though when someone who's in that place of despair or hopelessness or complaining wants to stay there, right? There's a difference
yeah.
between someone who is open to shifting out of that space, finding
Yeah.
a solution or a different energy or letting go.
Yeah.
But then if they are enjoying their despair, sometimes people do want to just wallow in
Yeah.
that victim space for a while. Then our intuition can show us, okay, there's no space for this person to have that change. So I can let them be where they are and
Yeah.
keep knocking, banging on the door.
Exactly. I mean, we have to all be willing to do the inner work. We have to have a willingness within ourselves. Like, yes, I do want to make a change. I do want to have a different experience. I want to create a different experience for myself. And I'm not going to try to convince somebody, you must make a different
Yeah.
experience for yourself. They have
You're
to
not going
want
to
to
do
make a
that.
difference. They have to want to have that. It
Yeah.
begins with that willingness, even if it's a tiny little spark of willingness. Like, yeah, I think I do.
Yeah.
That's great.
Have a little bit of willingness.
Yeah, exactly. And
Otherwise, as a healer, you're just pouring your energy into this empty pit that never fills if there's no willingness or what
right.
we sometimes call havingness to
Yeah,
receive what you're offering. It'll just keep draining you.
exactly.
Important for healers to recognize where they're giving has space to be received and where you're just sort of banging your head against a wall.
That's right. Absolutely. Anybody that's listening to this or watching this is a healer and an intuitive. They're an intuitive person. They're a healer. Otherwise, you wouldn't be interested. And we really have to recognize how to balance what we give with what we receive and how to care for or replenish our own well as a healer, as a person that cares for people, as an intuitive, sensitive person, and also recognize who wants to be helped, who's excited, who's ready, who's willing versus
Yeah.
chasing after somebody to try to fix them. That is a whole different ball game. And
Yeah.
we've all been there. We've
Anyone
all
who's tried it, no, it doesn't work.
all chased after somebody trying to fix them. We might have been doing it in high school. I certainly was.
I
Or
learned the
we
hard way as well.
we might have been doing it in our 20s or we all different times in our lives, but everyone's done that for sure more than once. And it's really great to recognize, oh, I don't have to do that. I can really create a different experience for myself.
Yeah.
And that's once again, being grounded also helps you so much with recognizing.
Just
Is this
recognizing
a
when
good
you're doing that.
project? Is this a good project for me? Whether it's a person or whether it's a
A good
creative
healing project.
project. Is this
Yeah.
a
Because I
is it
think it's often the default mode for healers to just help, 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 right?
yeah.
But if we're
Yeah.
not using our intuition to recognize when there's space for that help to be received and when there's not,
Yeah.
then we're just running around depleting ourselves and not really helping because there's no space for it to be received.
Yeah, or it even gets rebuked sometimes. If you're stepping in trying to fix a problem and the person doesn't really want you to be doing, they're
Yeah,
going to
I'll get
rebuke
really
you.
upset. It's like,
They're literally going to, speak to the hand. They're going to
yeah,
just
slam the door
completely
in your face.
right. But on the other hand, so many people that are so excited to be helped, like they just need that little hand and they've got it. They just need a little hello or just a little communication. And it can be just, you're at the grocery store. You have a little communication with somebody
Yeah.
and you just say a little something and it could change their whole day, which could change their whole life. Who knows? You walk
Yeah.
away and you're just being yourself in the world as the healer that you are and recognizing or using your intuition. Like, who can have conversation? Who can I help? Or what might I say to this person and where that person is on their journey? Your intuition guides you in so many ways, like how to communicate, what to say in different settings, how to handle different situations in terms of what somebody can hear and how to find the words, basically, for
Yeah.
that person.
Yeah. Or if they just need a smile or some eye
Yeah.
contact or a
Yeah.
hello. Yeah.
Just your presence. I mean, sometimes just saying nothing is
Yeah.
really powerful and just being present.
Yeah.
And then
Being
also being,
grounded.
oh my gosh, Jinx, we just said it at the same
Yeah.
time.
Like you said, in a world that's ungrounded, with the exception of nature is very grounded, like you said, but in a world that's mostly just operating from this very ungrounded place, being
Yeah.
just a grounded presence around someone is huge.
Yeah, and they can match that. We were talking about matching energy, how we can match drama or we can match conflict, we can match joy,
Yeah,
we can match happiness
whatever
or
energy we want to match.
and people will match us when we're grounded. If they want to, they will match it and they'll become more grounded in their own way. Even if they don't know what it is about you, they'll just match that. Kids will match a grounded adult, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Um,
They'll
because it's
see you. They're like, oh, you're here.
yeah, yeah, they'll recognize you. You're
Yeah.
present. They will recognize, especially really young kids like babies and toddlers, they will notice a grounded adult
Yeah.
and they haven't lost that ability to become aware and to be aware on that level. They
Yeah.
haven't lost that yet. And so they'll just whoop, pick you right out of the crowd.
Yeah.
This one, because it's innate to us. Being grounded is completely the state that we're intended to be in, really. And this really, it's very simple.
It's just a decision. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going to be here
Yeah.
as opposed to anywhere else.
I'm leaving. No, there's a lot in the world that makes us want to be out of bodies.